What's up, everybody? Welcome back to season 4 of the BuzzKlub. This is something new that I'm trying out called Bintu the Guru, Sex, Moon, and Stars. That's the show. That's what my name is called? Sex, Moon, and Stars. That is the name of our podcast. So Bintu the Guru and crew. I am Bintu Kabba. You guys know me as the producer and host of the BuzzKlub, my millennial style talk show. And today I am joined with a few of my friends, and I'm going to let them introduce. To my right, I have Maya.
Hi guys.
Maya, tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I am a private chef and I work with people to fix their nutrition. I'm also a closet ratchet.
Okay, all right.
I'm here for it.
That's a full-time job.
It is.
Okay.
It's a full-time job.
And I'm not talking about the chef part, baby.
Oh, no, undercover. Yeah.
All right, to my left, I have Ra. Ra, tell me a little bit about who you are.
I'm Ra. I'm a vocalist slash writer in a rock band and rap and spoken word.
Hip-hop, all that good stuff.
So pretty much I'm a vocalist and I write stuff.
Vocalist?
Yes.
What?
Like a poet.
That's so sexy.
Like to music.
Yeah. You know, what is it about men?
You have a voice for it too.
Yeah, that's very sexy. But you know, I always find like, no, but I always feel like spoken word dudes are full of shit. As for me, personally. Like, I always feel like,
some are.
A lot are. It's like my queen, my
and then the moon, and then the cow jumped over the stars, and I was with you again.
If this is the 90s, then that would be appropriate. But then keep doing that and it's 2015, then yeah, they're really awful.
And then they should be like, please.
But there are different versions of spoken word. You know, you don't have to be in there like all sentimental. You know, I'm sure there's somebody getting up and doing spoken word like, I'm a thug, girl, but I love you.
I've always thought that I would meet like somebody like Darius from Love Jones. Like,
girl, aren't we all looking for Darius? Darius, my address is.
I'm dead serious. When I first saw Love Jones, I was like, yo, I need me an intellect like this. Like, I need me a man who's talking about, you know, our people and trying to hold me at night and read me. But I'm like, no, I need me a thug, girl. I need a little bit of both. I'm like, I need that some days, but then I need some hardcore and then some other days.
Listen, I got like 31 personalities, so you're gonna need to have like 32 to keep up with.
Yes,
me.
Monday you could be a
Monday,
poet.
right? Monday I'm gonna need a poet.
Tuesday I'm gonna need a garbage man.
I'm gonna need a thug. I'm gonna need one of those days to slap me, bitch. Wrong with you? Yeah, yoke me up a little.
That's kind of difficult though. How is it that people can be so many things to a person? Like, it's hard to cut yourself up like that unless you're naturally that kind of person. I know for me, like, I'm very diverse, and like when someone gets me, they're like, God damn, like I thought you was like this, but I thought you was like this, because these glasses, you know. That's something. So one person, I'm just a real smart professional person. So another, I'm a little freak, a little kinky. Don't take them off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, that's what I've heard. I've heard that the glasses gives off like sneaky freak, and I'm like, I personally can't deny it because I know for me, and everyone who knows me knows, like, I love to talk about sex. But everyone that wears glasses are not sneaky freaks. Welcome back to the BuzzKlub. Today we are doing a super exclusive interview with a survivor of sickle cell anemia. The sickle cell trait affects 1 in 12 Americans every year. I'm sitting here with Melissa, and she's here to share her story of surviving and living sickle cell disease. Hello, Melissa. How are you?
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. It was really exciting for me that you wanted to come out and speak about it because a lot of times young people like to keep sickle cell a secret. They call it the silent killer. Especially among African Americans. In America, predominantly African Americans carry the sickle cell trait and disease.
That's correct.
Yeah, so how did you find out that you had sickle cell disease?
Well, actually, I'm Jamaican, so I was born and raised in Jamaica, and when I was 1 year old, my mom brought me to the hospital because I was constantly getting sick, and they diagnosed me with disease at 1.
Before that, did your parents know anything about sickle cell?
No, they had no clues about what it was, what's going on with me, or anything. So they really had to educate themselves and take me to the clinics several times for the year just to make sure I'm doing okay, I'm doing well.
Okay. So how has your experience been from childhood to adulthood with living with the disease? Because I'm sure it has changed over the years how it's, you know, taking control over your body.
Oh yes, that's very true. As a child, I wasn't very sick at all. Like, I had minimum issues. I went to the clinic, got my visits. I really didn't understand what it was because I've never felt it. like other kids did. I didn't really understand the whole.
So as a baby, you were
concept.
sick, but as
Yes,
a child,
but as a child,
as you grew in childhood, it would kind of like slow down. It didn't really hurt.
correct.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening. I maybe living in the Caribbean helped, and I was an avid drinker of water. I would drink water as juice. Like maybe that's part of the reason. But as a child, I lived in Jamaica. I was never sick.
So when did things start to change for you and your illness started to really impact your life?
At 22.
Wow. And how old are you now?
30.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm sorry. No, I know you never asked a woman's age, yes. But it's, you know, it's important to let them know, like, something happened at around 22.
Correct.
You know, and what happened? What happened to you? How did you feel?
So I moved here to the U.S.
Okay.
and I guess the climate change and whatnot, it was my first fall season that was coming up. And it was raining that night and I got wet, it was cold. Just multiple things that happened that led up to my first crisis. And it wasn't anything to smile about. It was the most pain I've ever felt in my life. It was so excruciating to the point my mother couldn't even touch me. I couldn't walk for like 2 or 3 weeks. I had to go home with crutches. Yeah.
It was scary, wasn't it?
I had pneumonia. It was just a lot of things going on and neither one of us understood.
Did you think you were going to die?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. At one point, my breath had stopped during them trying to revive me and stuff. It was
scary.
Very scary. My mother was scared to death, like any mother would be, you know.
Yeah.
I was scared as well.
And for those of you who don't know out there, both of my siblings, 2 of my siblings have sickle cell, the disease, and my sister and I, we carry the trait. And I've seen a sickle cell crisis. When you encounter someone that has sickle cell, they look normal a lot of times. Sometimes they have big stomachs. Sometimes, you know, their eyes may show a different discoloration. But for the most part, they're like me and you every day. And so when it happens and they're screaming, like my little brother one time, he was screaming. It felt like needles all over his body attacking him. And you're physically watching it and you don't know what's happening. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And they're just in severe pain. And I know for my brother, tremendous heat impacts him. You know, like being outside in summer, something where we might just go grab a glass of water or, you know, put the air on. It's not enough.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Something happens inside of the bones, the lungs, the body. And it's a pain that people who don't experience sickle cell will never know, because I know one experience for me that was very upsetting was that my brother was in the hospital in one of his crises, because one of my brothers gets sick often, one of them doesn't. But a lot of times when you go to the hospital, a sickle cell patient, nurses would say to you, what is your pain between 1 and 10? And they come every hour.
That's a common question.
That's the common question.
Yes.
And if you tell them, if they give you morphine and you tell them my pain is still at an 8, they're like, how can that be sometimes? We just gave you morphine or we just gave you something else. But see, you don't know what it feels like. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like,
of course,
wow, like maybe they're rushing me to get better, or maybe they think I'm playing, you know? Because I think that happened with my brother. He had to yell one time and ask, like, my mom, I know sometimes it's frustrating because parents have to take off of work and they think, I have to be here another day, but you may have to be here another day, you know?
That's true. I really didn't like my mom taking off work. I would sometimes go to the hospital and not tell her. Or
you might go and then say you're feeling better, but you're really not as better as you probably should be.
I dislike the hospital, so I'll do everything I can not to go or stay there, period, point blank. But I know my body now, so before I didn't really know what was going on, but now I've learned, you know, what my body's like, and being affiliated with SCADA, Sickle Cell Association here, I've learned a lot with the medical director and whatnot about how to manage my pain and how just not to get into a crisis. And it has helped me a lot.
Tremendously,
between living in New York and moving here, I have not been as sick as I used to be.
A lot of times, kind of that transition from child care, healthcare, and like adult care is completely different. Because when you're a child, your parents are always taking you to the hospital, especially if you're sickle cell. My mom is constantly in and out of hospital going doctor's visits with my brothers. Come on, you have to go. You have to go take your medicine, to get penicillin and folic acid, you know? Come on. Then, you know, you matriculate and you're now 18 and you're 21. And you can do anything you want now. Mom doesn't have to tell you to take the medicine. And I think a lot of times people living with sickle cell are so tired of everything that's going on that they don't talk about it and they don't want to admit that they're in pain, and they don't want to admit that they may need better medicine or whatever the case may be, and they're trying to ignore it or self-medicate, maybe through street meds, maybe through drug use or smoking or pills. And I think it's important to really talk to the young people out there to let them know, if you do have sickle cell, that it's important to really take care of yourself and know your body.
I can attest to that. Living in New York, I was pretty angry. You know, I just didn't accept it as yet. I was very angry. I would lash out. I would go partying for hours into the morning, drinking, doing everything that I'm not supposed to be doing to my body, and then having to go to the hospital and then being mad some more until I realized, well, you're going to have this forever.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out what you're doing, because this is not the way.
Do you know the life expectancy for someone living with sickle cell?
Right now, it extended, but as far as the government's concerned, it's like around the 40s, 50s.
Yeah, I remember they said it was like 45 once.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are people who are living 60, 75. You know, like we said, it's about eating right. It's about treating your body right. It's about knowing the weathers you shouldn't go out into.
Oh,
it's
yes.
about taking your meds every single day.
Yes, I don't take meds except for folic acid.
Okay.
I really don't like the meds. Unless it's detrimental, then I will take one. If just to avoid going to the hospital, if that helps, I would. But I kind of know what it feels like, what the pain level feels like, that my medicine won't be able to help. I'd have to go to the hospital for that. But drinking a whole lot of water has been helping me. I drink coconut water, anything with electrolytes, Gatorade. As I had mentioned, coconut water, they all have electrolytes. Anything like that does really help to hydrate you, because that's very important, because you want to keep your blood flowing. That's super important.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What do you think is the importance of someone who may be looking to start a family with a partner or get married, and getting their partner tested to find out if they have the trait?
Oh, that's one of the #1 things you can do. Whereas preventing sickle cell disease in a child is concerned, testing is very important. You always want to get tested if you're going to be in a serious relationship with someone and you're considering having kids.
Yeah.
That is the #1 way to prevent sickle cell disease in a child.
Yeah, because I know for me, I have the trait. And so if I'm with someone who has normal red blood cells, there's a 50-50 chance that our child could have sickle cell or not have sickle cell. My mom had 4 kids. Both her sons have sickle cell, both her daughters do not. And so that is something to constantly think about for my future, from seeing everything that my friends have gone through. I mean, I've had many friends with sickle cell anemia, which is the craziest thing, because, some people know lots of people with cancer. Some people may know lots of people with HIV. I know lots of people with sickle cell. But sickle cell has not been talked about so much over the years.
Oh, no, it's a forgotten disease.
It's forgotten, but it's increasing.
It is.
It's increasing among minorities. It's increasing among Caribbeans. It's increasing among people from the Middle East. It's increasing amongst us, and it's here, and it's not going anywhere. There is no cure. But what we can do is try to educate people and let them know that this is important. This is just as important as any other disease out there.
That's true, and it's not just a black disease, as most would like to think. There are people in Greece with sickle cell disease.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, for sharing your experience. You're a really brave person, and I just want to say that I feel connected to you because, like I said, although I do not have the disease, I know what it feels like. I know what it means. Every day you're fighting for your life. Every day, it could be your last day, so you want to enjoy it. You want to live life to the fullest, So I wish you nothing but many blessings and a healthy life of love and success. And, everyone else out there, and everyone else out there watching, I ask that you go out there and you find out some information, or you talk to a friend who may have it and just say, hey, how can I support you? You've officially been buzzed. Wow, when you see a girl wearing glasses, what do you automatically think?
I think, I'm glad she's taking care of her vision.
I mean, you see your ass coming her way.
I mean, she can see my ass coming her way. I gotta lose weight. But no, what I'm saying is really, glasses. I don't. You know what? Because I'm from. Okay, so I'm gonna let you know a little bit about my background.
Please, okay? Yes.
But so do me a favor, though, real quick.
What? I know you don't have like to pause because I can't pause this.
Can't pause.
We live.
So do something sexy for me, There you go.
Okay.
So, I'm from New York. From Manhattan. So from New York, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you don't judge books by their covers.
Right.
Which means you see a girl with glasses, it means nothing besides the fact that.
Because listen, them glasses
As a
come
matter
over,
of fact,
mama might
guess
be
what?
back there twerking it.
2010, since 2010, those glasses could be just glass.
Okay.
Yo,
Do you
That's
understand
so
what I'm saying?
true.
So
That's
now,
so real.
even glasses doesn't even mean that she has an eye situation.
That's true. I didn't even think about
I do
that.
own
It's like perpetration.
I know.
You know?
I own specs. You know, certain outfits you
See
need.
that?
That's true. Because somebody people
I have
come
a
to me all the time. They're like,
real.
"Is that real? Are your red glasses prescription?" And I'm like, "Girl, yes, they are prescription. Like, why would I?"
Right.
But then I have to think about, like, there have been times that I've worn contact and then wore glasses that were just specs, and I just
Right.
wanted it for the fashion of it.
Right.
But I have my
Mhm.
contacts
Yeah.
on.
And
But
then
I
some wear
understand-
glasses with no glass in them.
Yeah,
Have you
like
seen
literally.
those?
I know, because that's foolish. you wear stuff like that? Like
No.
glasses? I think that's like
Yeah,
very
at least
young
glass.
trend. Like, I think that's
Yeah.
like very high school kind of thing.
So if we're getting into like me thinking anything, it's not. That's not what would make me think.
Okay. Well, it's good.
What would make me think that is if I happen to be at the job and I see the young lady who, you know, she happens to be, you know, every day she's buttoned up. Everything
Okay.
is buttoned up. There's nothing really showing, you know.
Mhm.
Then you start to be like, there's two ways this can be. She can either be very prudish.
Which they like because they
Which
like to
there's
pull you.
nothing wrong
They want to
with
pull
that.
you out of the prudeness because then
Uh-huh.
they feel like they won.
Because I feel like every man feels like they're going to be the
They
savior
do.
to make you their ultimate freak. They're like, I'm going to be the one.
But every woman is a freak. That's what they don't be understanding. All of us are just
Nah.
nasty.
Okay. We are out here at the Baltimore Ave Dollar Stroll, and we are so excited. We want to see what great things are out for us to find. I want to see if I find some jewelry, some bugs, free food. No, not free, but it's $1, so we'll see. That looks yummy, didn't it?
Whispering, thank you. Words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, let it be.
Did you get me? Yes!
Right now, sorry. Yes, dollar you. Yeah, grab us. Yes, yep. Yeah, vegan. Cinnamon iced tea.
I can give you an exact date. Can I get a four?
You can pick out whichever.
Smiles are $1.
It's good. Thanks, Pop Shop. But then I was thinking about it like, you know, these are just labels. You know, these are labels that are given by society to women, right?
Men.
From men to women.
No, not always. I call my boyfriend a hoe on a regular basis.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about, because I was gonna say that because you said calling
my boyfriend is a whore, and if you watch this, you better be doing what
Wait, but a
doing.
whore is a person that gets paid for it.
But wait.
No, he's a slore. He's a step above a whore. He just does it for free.
Your definition of a whore is someone who gets paid for it?
Yes.
But that's funny, because to me, sex has become such a major business and a major entity that
sex has always been a business.
You don't have to be a whore to get paid for maybe showing your body. Like, we have video vixens, for instance. A video vixen might not be sleeping with the whole industry. A video vixen might be just doing it and liking it, you know, liking her job, but also doing it maybe to go through college. Mm-hmm. Why does it make her a whore? Because she's actually owning her sexuality through the media or whatever, you know.
Well,
what's the big difference between her and someone else?
You become a whore in my book when I can count who you've had sex with. So it's like
when you can't,
and when it's like one person, you're like Maya. You have had sex with him, with him.
Okay, so like when you're having sex in certain groups,
right, and it's like
you may screw all the homies,
right.
So that's like a whorish type of thing.
Yeah, that's now to me. Now I don't count being like not having inhibition as being a whore. Like, you do you. Like, if you want to do whatever it is you into it. People love sex. People want to put they always
and I love
they want to villainize. They want to villainize the good things.
Right.
They want to villainize the fact that we're freaks. But then
what I'm getting at is the word whore
and slut. They're the same. They're synonymous.
Slut might be a little more derogatory. The word whore.
I don't know. I think they're the same to me.
I think I'd rather be a slut than a whore.
Well, the word whore actually doesn't have to be a bad word.